Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Casper the Boy Diviner, and today I'm covering my book Stack of Shame. You can see that it's already here. This big stack of books. Let me lift it up for you. It's heavy. It's heavy. This is the stack of books that I wanted to talk about today, and it's me just being a book hoarder. You know, there are so many excuses to why I'm not reading, why I've been focusing on reading more for my career if I'm reading. But these are all excuses, and I kind of want to cover the books that I haven't read today but I bought so that we can actually keep me a bit accountable. You might be actually interested in my reading taste as well, so I wanted to cover this stack of books. And I'll start off with the tarot book, the only tarot book in this pile, because I think that's the most relevant to you guys. So hopefully you guys have heard of her, but it's Camellia Elias. Camellia Elias is a very popular tarot reader. She does a lot of courses, which are actually very helpful, and people always recommend her to me, but I don't have time to take a course right now. And in 2021, I really don't want to take too many e-courses because so far I have not maximized any of my e-courses, meaning I did not take them into practice. I actually watched them, I actually learned from them, but maybe I didn't apply them as well. And there are e-courses that I bought that I never finished. For starters, at least I cancelled my masterclass subscription, it wasn't not useful, but it wasn't useful either. So anyway, this is Camellia Elias, and this is The Power of the Trumps and Pips. This was a book that was separate. I think she had one Power of the Trumps and Power of the Pips, and this is the omnibus edition, which means she collected them together. Because I don't own the others, I don't know if this book actually removed any essays or something. I have no idea if this was changed in any way, but it is a beautiful full color book. No wonder it was expensive. I was thinking, why was this book so expensive? It's a full color book. I'm not sure why. I've not read it clearly. This book is this whole video is about unread books, so I can't wait to dive into it. I really like how it covers the Marseille. This is why I bought it, because I wanted to be better at the Marseille. At the same time, I don't really have a true Marseille deck. I have different kinds of deck. The Trionfi decks, I always forget how to pronounce that. And traditional Italian decks as well, but nothing really truly Marseille in this form like this one. So I feel like very comfortable reading the RWS. I want to push myself to learn Thoth and the Marseille, but I haven't really gotten to it. So that's the only tarot book in this collection. The next book I wanted to talk about is an astrology book. So if you're into astrology, good for you. I have tried to get into astrology. I have bought many astrology books, but they were all basically on an ebook format because it was cheaper, it's easier to read. With something in the ebook format, it's really hard to take notes, especially when you're reading on the go. So I feel like ebooks, Kindles are really great for on-the-go reading, might not be so great for studying, and that's why I bought On the Heavenly Spheres, a treatise of traditional astrology. I also have Benabel Wen's astrology course, which I clearly also have not finished or even got to. I only finished maybe the first 2 chapters about the shape of the chart. I can't wait to get into this one. The foreword. It's such a big chunky book. So I feel like it's great for taking notes if you want. But yeah, clearly it's unread, untouched, pure. And I can't really recommend it. If any of you have this book, if any of you have read this, let me know. I'll be more than happy to hear about it before I read it. I need some motivation. I need some motivation to learn astrology because I really do want to. I feel like it's a really basic part of Western esotericism. So I need to get to it someday. Closely related is Astrological Magic, and it's the Complete Picatrix. This is a very traditional magic book, and it's based on on astrology, but it's also unread, untouched, no notes. I take notes directly on my book, so you can tell if it's unread. So this is one of them, and I really want to get to this because it is traditional, it is a mainstay, it is something that everyone knows about the Picatrix, and that's why I need to get to it someday. At the same time, I feel like maybe if I don't know enough about astrology, there is no point in reading this book, and that's why I have this whole order, I have this whole syllabus of books. All these are syllabuses in my mind that I have not gotten to, so sooner or later, hopefully. Let me know if you found the Picatrix helpful. I'll be more than happy to hear because I have read the 7 Spheres and I really enjoyed that. I thought this could be another layer on top. Let's continue. The next book is kind of a standalone. It's Buddhist Magic. I have not read this at all. I don't know how good it is. I thought it would be a practical book, but scanning through it once I received it, it wasn't very practical. It doesn't seem very practical. It seems more like a history, an explanation about what they do in Buddhist scripture. Nothing that solid, nothing like this is how you do Buddhist magic, this is how the Tantric Buddhism does things, this is how Chinese Buddhism does things. No, it's not anything like that at all, which is not what I expected. That's why I don't feel like I want to get into this book too fast. Yeah, let me know if you have this book also. And if you don't, let me know if you want to hear about it. I can force myself to read it someday and give you guys a proper review on whether this book is useful at all. Okay, the next book I wanted to talk about is a very, very new addition to my book collection, and that's why I haven't read it yet. I at least started the foreword, and I really enjoyed the foreword. I haven't actually dug into the book, but this is Tantric Physics. And this is by Craig Williams. If you know, I actually did a review of Craig Williams entering the desert somewhere. It wasn't a mind-blowing experience for me. I enjoyed it, but I don't super love it. I feel like this is different. I feel like I would enjoy this based on the first few pages that I've read. Again, this is also done by Anathema Publishing, which is a beautiful publisher, but shipping is crazy from Canada. I don't know what's Canada doing. I think I talked about that recently, but look at how beautiful it is. A full color book. Beautiful cover, beautiful glossy, I don't know what this is, glossy foil. Yeah, I can't wait to dig into it. It is very beautiful. It's a bit shorter than I expected somehow, but I don't know what I expected from Tantric Physics. It does seem like a practical book, so I can't wait to get into this one. Try some of the practices out, even though I don't really have much time. Yeah, my magic practice has really dwindled. I feel like I'm giving myself too many excuses. Today, I picked up the cards Emperor. And 8 of discipline. So I need to really get down and get things done. So these two are kind of related. That's why I put them together. Buddhist magic, Buddhist tantricism. The next book I wanted to talk about is a beautiful book. It's Black Abbot, White Magic. And this is a book that I have started reading. So it's not right to say that this is untouched. This one is still in my book stack of shame because I felt resistance finishing it. I felt like even though it was not a hard read, it's not practical to me. It's not something I can use, and that's why I stopped. This is a book about connecting to your holy guardian angel. This is part of the series that Freda Archer has with Scarlet Imprints. I don't know what the third book is about. I can't wait to get it as well. Even though this book wasn't a riveting read, I enjoyed the first one particularly, even though it was also not practical. I feel like since I already have the first and the second, I might as well finish out that collection. Hopefully I'll be reading this before I get that one. Following the theme of Holy Guardian Angels, everyone knows that Abramelin's Rite is one of the most famous ways of connecting with your Holy Guardian Angel, and I actually have The Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage, and this is by Troy Books, and it's a beautiful hardcover book. They had a hardcover sale, so I bought this one, and this was the original translation done by S.L. Mathers, which is not complete. I was a bit disappointed by the formatting. This formatting, I feel like it seems like a free download online, you know. The font, everything didn't feel classy as the cover, so I was a bit disappointed by the inside. And I was so stupid because I didn't know this was incomplete. The one by S.L. Mathers, I just decided to splurge and get it. And now that I know it's incomplete, I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, why do I even want to read an incomplete book? Even though I know for a fact Crowley was said to have done this incomplete one and had results from it. I just felt, why am I gonna attempt to read a book that is incomplete and not a great translation? So I bought the full translation. This is a new translation by George Den. So this one has all the tea, all the truth, everything that he was doing. Newly revised and expanded edition. I really hated this cover, and this was the reason why I bought this one, because this has a beautiful cover. This doesn't. But guess what, guys? Guess what? This cover is actually gorgeous. Not this one, but when you take off the jacket, look at that. If they sold it like this, if I knew they sold it like this, I would have bought this. This is so beautiful and classy without this shiny, screaming jacket. And I'm so tempted to just throw this away. I haven't decided, but look at how beautiful it is under that jacket. And I can't wait to get into this one, honestly. Look at the formatting. It's so much better. There are plastic pages with colors. The formatting is so good. The font is beautiful. Yes. So like part of me doesn't want to get into it because I know, look at how dusty it is. Look at how gross I treat my books. Part of me doesn't want to get into it because I know Abramelin's Rite is not easy. It is a difficult thing to do. That's why I'm still holding back. Apart from these 3 books about the Holy Guardian Angel, I bought Angels and Archangels book by Damon Eccles. I have some of his ebooks, so I really appreciate the ebooks because they are so interesting. They are so easy. He really breaks down like how to do the middle pillar. I actually also bought the middle pillar by Israel Rigardi, which is, he's the one who released all that information, but it's so hard to read. Damon Eccles makes things much easier, so I really recommend him, even though I'm doing none of those rites right now, but it's easy to remember. So I can't wait to get into this. I finished reading the Gallery of Magic's books about archangels as well as and angels. So you know, I feel like those practices make sense. They have a simplified, different magic system or magic ritual to call in the angels. So I don't know which one to try. I don't even know whether this book has it. But we'll see. We'll see. So that's all about the angel book that I bought, and now I have two books about more about a Grecian magic. So it started off because I was reading, I'm not even done yet with that book, but The Practical Art of Divine Magic by Patrick Dunn, and he had a beautiful book about doing Greek magic, and I enjoyed it. I'm so tempted to try Greek magic. I've been called I did a reading with Avalon Cameron years ago, and she told me that the deity that connected that day was Apollo. So I do feel that draw to Apollo since then. I also recently started feeling the draw to Hecate or Hecate. So I thought, you know, why not just dive deeper into Grecian magic? And I bought the Orphic hymns. This is, you know, Orphic hymns are translated beautifully by I don't know who, but it's all over the net because it's free to use. It's not copyrighted. But those translations are apparently not that accurate, and that's why I decided to buy this one by Patrick Dunn. It is very beautiful, and I wish I could read Greek, because on the left, Greek, on the right, translation, and I really like this format. At the same time, I have barely used this book. I think I used it once just to call in Apollo for something, but that's about it. I haven't really done much else with my exploration of Grecian magic, and I wish I would. Maybe later this year. I also bought the Hackathon, so I'm really interested in using that. It seems very practical. But another thing I did was to buy this book, Hellenimos. So, practicing Greek polytheism. Today, I have not gotten into this book at all, and I want to, because I want to do it right. So I think using Patrick Dunn's Practical Art of Divine Magic plus this one plus the Orphic Hymns is kind of like my primer and introduction to Greek magic, and that's why I bought these three books. I wish I had more time. I wish I could take some time off to just finish reading and studying, but at my age, 31 years old, I feel like I need to push myself. I need to work harder. I need to get my career in order, and once I have more money, once I can retire hopefully early, maybe I would be, you know, more magically inclined, more time. But also at the same time, I feel like all these are excuses. Like I can make time. Yeah, so I'm just struggling with what I can do, what I cannot do. What is the excuse? What is really a need for self-love and self-care? All that. And these books here, my book of shame, I feel a bit shameful, but I also feel like I'm so aspirational. Like I want this and I want that. I want to do this, I want to do that. So these are aspirational books and not actually real books that I'm getting through, and I wish I can get it through. So I'll still continue buying books. I don't think that's a question. The question is, how am I gonna incorporate this into my new lifestyle, my new day-to-day routine? If you guys have any tips about how you do your reading, let me know, because now my work hours are about 9 to 7. I don't know, 9 to 7 feels long, and I think it's long compared to what I had before. And when I get home, I rush home, I eat dinner, I play a bit of games, like just to relax, 45 minutes. I'm rambling, but 45 minutes, I meditate for half an hour, I take a shower, I need to sleep, like, because I gym in the day before work. Yeah, so that's how I've been feeling. What can I do, what can I not do? I'm trying to navigate this new lifestyle, and I feel like half of it is excuses, half of it is just real. Anyway, sorry for that rant. I hope you guys enjoyed this book. I don't know who would be interested in knowing about all these books that I'm not reading. If you have any of these books that you have read and you enjoyed, please leave a comment, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and you guys have a great rest of the day. You take care. Bye!